Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Colonel Retired Michael J. Hester.
Where is he? Revenge is a dish best cold served. That was really good, man. I appreciate this man swerve. Hey, General Matlock, Iron 6, Sergeant Major Cobb, Iron 7. General officers that are visiting here, I really appreciate you're all coming. Fellow colonels, friends, warriors, leaders, community leaders, friends of this whole thing, Mom and Pop, it's going to be tough. Katie Gus, folks who flew out, Command Sergeant Major Command Sergeant Major retired, Ray Lewis, Climbing Glory. Oh man, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Brigadier General Costanza came out here. I saw Major Kaiser make it here. I saw his name tag. No one here would probably get geographically embarrassed on the way over here. Bobby Gecker came in from DC, but I think it was just an escape from penalty box. But I appreciate it. Who else? TC, my lifelong buddy. OBC lieutenants together, man. Woo! We just had a war back then, man. I saw my Shifu come in. Where's Paul Schroeder? Where did he go? Oh, Shifu's here, my Kung Fu master. Right there, I saw my Kung Fu master, George Shimshon, here with the Sergeant Major. So I appreciate you representing. I appreciate you letting me scratch that warrior itch while I've been here. And if it was up to me, every soldier in the Department of Defense would be trained by that man. So you made me a better guy. I really appreciate the leadership and getting in touch with stuff. So we'll talk later. Thanks for showing up. JTF North Crew, Brigadier General Yeager, Command Sergeant Major McDonald, my brothers, Colonel Paul Garcia, Chief of Staff Forrest Smith. This is unbelievable, right? This is like Pope level, Field Marshal level. This is not like Colonel level stuff. These guys went all out. That whole thing with the flag, that was amazing. So everybody knows here this doesn't happen right away. So anybody who had something to do with this, setting this thing up, rehearsing, stand up, let's give them a round of applause. I'm trying to slide out, I'm an old guy, so maybe some folks know, but like Captain Nathan Brittles, riding out of the fort, at the end, and then Sergeant Major, with Donovan, at the troop watering hole goes to Captain Nathan Brittles, he shall be, And then I talked to a mentor, and he's like, no, Hester, you're going to do a retirement ceremony. You need to, it's good for your family, it's good for you. Shrinks call it closure. So that's what I decided to do. I'm glad I did it. Looking out at all these faces. But this is harder than expected. I just feel the weight of 29 years, 30 years. Go over there, crush it down on it. And really impressive stuff that JTF goes through, so I appreciate it. So, why did people watch? Well, I think part of the story, one of my favorite Army stories is General Sherman, who was at post-Civil War. We know Sherman marched through Georgia and burned Atlanta and a couple other ones. And General Johnson was his Confederate nemesis, and they hated each other, lifelong hatred. And when Sherman died, Johnson actually went to the funeral, and everyone was surprised to see the guy. And he says, hey, why'd you come to the funeral of your most hated enemy? He said, I just wanted to make sure that son of a bitch was dead. There's some folks out there probably in that The other category, I'm sure, is that people just want to see Hester, big thug-looking dude, squirt a few. That I have no pride in baseball balls. And we don't do that around here, except in Rudy. He makes the last tackle. We're allowed to have one triple down. That's kind of a test. But so we'll see what happens. But I can't promise you anything. It's a high ball count out there. Where to start? Scratch. I I was working on it for like a month. I should have started this morning. But I just threw it out. It didn't work. So I just figured I'd write some stuff down. And who's got the time? Paul, you get the time. Because this is harder than I expected. Okay, it's just sounded funny. But today I want to do a couple things. First, I want to say thanks. Really, that's all I should be doing, is saying thanks. I want to talk about a little bit about the profession of arms, and talk a little bit about the future, and then we're going to party. But first, I was really going to have an open bar down there at the thing, but after looking at all the faces, my last command decision as an Army officer is to make it a cash bar. Make sure everybody's tracking. Let's get through here. So thanks. Okay, this is where it starts digging. All right, family. Okay. All right. My old man. Okay. If anybody doubts the greatness of the American idea, all you have to do is talk to Jack Hester. I'm a kid of privilege. He wasn't. He's the rags to riches story. You know, he's the first Hester McClellan ever to work his way through college. Started work when he was 11 and didn't stop until he was 76. He retired as a CEO. You know, that's the rags to riches story. You know, and he always stayed humble. He never forgot washing dishes at 11 for the old age home, and made sure, because let's face it, the Army, we got our share of egos, right? He's made sure that when I come home a little full of myself, he's the guy who takes the air out of the tires. Hey, big shot captain, go mow the lawn. Like, did all that great stuff here at Big Ed. I know he's probably going to have some things to say about you. But he did tell me a couple of things, been a great model, great man, great role model. But basically he just said, hey, work hard, know your job, do good, be fiercely loyal, which is something that's in short supply nowadays. Be fiercely loyal, and don't suck up. And Dad, I think I did most of those. You know, it's the Army. I had to suck up a little, but I mean, not like you'd expect. I can't say I was perfect. And then my mom, thick skin. I got my thick skin from her. You know, a sense of humor from her, which is a critical component, which is something I'm really worried about. You know, I just watched the Army we used to have a great sense of humor. We need to get that back, because you need it. There's nothing more desperate than a sense of humor when the nights are dark and you don't know where the next step is. And every soldier should have a story where somebody makes a joke or crack when stuff is bad. So sense of humor, great thing is never lose your sense of humor, for that is the final measure of defeat. And Maya gave that. She also made sure we got a thick skin. You can't offend Hesters. I mean, the only thing that offends us is communism, radical Islam. There's probably a couple other things, but everything else is game on. We'll give as good as you get. We're not gonna, we're not liars. We're gonna take it head on. And I mean, everyone was like, oh, what do we do women in combat? Women in combat. I sent my mother and her 3 sisters to any combat zone. She had her wrapped up in 2 weeks. Just let her go. Now, there won't be much left, but I mean, she can figure this stuff out. She's a warrior, lioness. Okay, so my wife. Man, we're a long way from KC, long way from O'Dowd's, and you walked in there with your skirt with all your nurse buddies. And then, I swept her off my feet because I'm so suave de boner. Grabbed her off and sent her to Korea with me, non-command sponsor first down. Now, she was kind of a tree hugger type, And I probably fibbed a little bit, but I said, yeah, please. So I put her non-command sponsor, jammed her in a little, size of that table apartment in Dongashan above Miss Kim's restaurant. And then I went to work for a year, saw her on weekends, and she'd always have a couple of Ajimans there, hanging out with the soju. But she catch hold and lifted this whole Army stuff, right? She's just a mama bear, you know what I mean? So she's collected. And I know nobody's going to be like, hey, I hate your wife, but I've never met anybody who hasn't loved Katie, right? She just got that heart. Actually, she's got the most heart of the family. I don't have much, tiny. Katie's got the big one. And baby, It's going to be awesome. Never move into contact, you're my rock. Let's leave it at that. Okay? Just leave it right there. Thanks, okay, Gus, my man cub. Okay, I'm proud of you, dude. Okay, drummer. You know, you said last night you're a musician. I don't know where you picked that stuff up. I've been trying to play guitar for 30 years. Can't play it too. You know, he's up there playing on the drums. He was playing some on the keyboard, like he picked up with the, what's it, Mama song, Mama? You know, I'm like, you don't even take piano lessons. I don't even know where you got that. Basketball. I know we'll fight just some of that asthma stuff, but we'll figure it out, right? And then we'll have some man time this summer, okay? We'll bring Anthony or something, figure something out. We'll Graham at the cake. Community. El Paso community, right? I mean, we're retiring El Paso. What? You know what I mean? I mean, who would have thought? I mean, that's funny. We'll talk a little bit about that, but it's a community, that's why. The people that we met, the schools that we went to, never would have thought about it, but we fell in love with this place. Our first year, it hasn't stopped, so we're going to make it go over here. So another movement to contact in Army terms, but the community here has a lot to do with that. I thank you very much. Shifu, your guys over there, that's a big reason why I decided to stay, because you're a hell of a fighter, and a great teacher, and a great leader. So we're really looking forward to staying in the El Paso. My comrades, that's a big one. That's what we do. Army's a people business. We do this for the people. You know, we do this for love. And the guys that you hang out with and the gals that you hang out with, there's just nothing like it in the world. And I think I've talked to most of you that I need to, but you know, I'm going to miss you all deeply. But it's not like I'm dying. I mean, I'm just going to retire. I'm going to miss like kind of the Persian pub thing, the stuff we're going to get tonight. But the comrades and the team sport aspect of the Army, I'm going to miss. And now, the guys I really got to thank is the non-commissioned officer, the guys who made me fall in love with the Army, you know, and the guys who made me a good soldier. We're all sergeant. Guys who trained me, Sergeant Major Master, who was you know, kid, a Norwich guy, just a warrior king, you know, and he taught me probably the most important thing. He said, hey, Hester, he's a Puerto Rican guy, he was awesome. I think I'm a little bit of Puerto Rican in me too, because I love this guy, you know, I was like, this guy's a warrior. And he said, hey, just remember, it's a mission, men meet, and you're expendable. You come third for a reason. So you take care of the mission, you take care of your men, and I don't really care what happens to you, but I have to say it. That's the kind of guy, right? I mean, I'll follow that guy to hell with gasoline drawers on. That's the kind of guy I want to hang with. And I followed that mission MD ever since, and I think it's served me well. It's served me well, and I'll pass it on. The NCOs that trained me as a second lieutenant that taught me the craft, the profession of the arms, the Lulus, the Omastas, the Murphys, the Harrisons, they're too numerous to count. And then the non-commissioned officers here, you're here for a reason. You're shaped, you're fixed. And as I've always talked about, thank God I've always had a real old school NCO in every position I've had. Because let's face it, I'm not your, I got it, I'm a little spirited. Okay, left to my own devices, bad things might happen. So there's always been a non-commissioned officer that's not just the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So officers are always going to give you the good because they all want to be field marshals, so you don't get the bad from them. The NCOs give you the bad, but more importantly, they give you the ugly. And in every job I've had some sergeant, Ray Lewis, one of them was kicked open my door and said, sir, that was so stupid. You ever done? You gotta expect me, you can't do that, sir. You know, okay, all right, so the non-commissioned officer, so you know I'm gonna have some Kipling, but I'll just do it. So and now it's who goes forward, and now who goes on, and now it's get the ambulance, and now the captain's gone. And now it's bloody murder, but all the while you hear his voice the same as barracks drill shepherding the rear. You know, that's the NCO shepherd. We need NCO. We can win wars with mediocre officers. Can't win anything with mediocre NCOs. We need superb NCOs. So keep the core strong. I really gonna miss hanging out with NCOs, man. All right. So what time we got right now? Okay. So now the why a little bit, man. I was always gonna be a soldier. I knew it. I don't know. Talked to my mother. Had 73 soldiers. Used to play in the backyard. I used to read books about, you know, the soldiers, Vikings, spies, all that kind of stuff. I was like, I'm son, I want in. But I'm not Lieutenant Dan. All right, you can tell. The great thing about my family is, as soon as I got commissioned second lieutenant, I was the highest ranking Hester in the history of the clan. All right? So they already started building a statue when I was a second lieutenant. You know, the great thing about my mother is she doesn't know the difference between a private and general. And if she did, she wouldn't care. That's the great thing about this family. We're not the martial types. It's been great. But I did pick up a book in 1980. If you heard me speak, you probably heard me talk to you about this guy. But I say it all the time. I picked up this book when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do as a young kid. It's called Letters Home from Vietnam. And I pulled out this letter. You know, it's from a guy named, I get choked up. George Olson, he's a ranger, 1970 July province, and he's writing to his hippie girlfriend in Berkeley, California, named Red. And it's an unbelievable letter. It's a 20-year-old guy. Talking about wisdom from the mother page. And she's asking, why are you in Vietnam? Why are you doing this stuff? Come on, get back here, you know. And he says this thing that it's seriously made an impact. He said, I truly envy the honest pacifists who can, with a clear conscience, stay home and not take part in these conflicts. I wish I could do the same, but the pacifist ideal cannot drive one burning objection to it from my mind. The fact that anyone such as the Amish could live in an orderly society just because someone, be them police or soldiers, are taking the risk to keep the wolves away. To be a sheep in the world of sheep is one thing, to be a sheep in the world of predator is something else. If one hides behind the label of sheep, while another has to take his place and the risk over here, when somehow I just can't see her do it, nothing, I can't believe it. Then he kind of goes on, all right, you know, I understand you're in Berkeley, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you in a few weeks. You know, we'll get on that stuff. Well, of course, tragedy never got to Berkeley. You know, he was killed in action. 3 weeks later, laid to rest in upstate New York. Now, caveat that, why this place is special. I just get here to Fort Bliss, and they said, Hester, go up and do a veterans thing up in Las Cruces. So I do the same thing, because I want everybody to know George Olson's name. Right? I don't care if you know the Kardashians' name, but I think you should probably know who George Olson is. Do you agree? Sure. So I'm up there talking my spiel that I always do with Veterans Memorial Day. And at the end, we're milling around in this vet, old 70s, probably 70s, leather jacket, you know, and the SF Association. His wife's holding him up, he's crying like a baby. This kills me. Hugs me. Tears streaming down his face. What's up? You know, couldn't talk. He says, George Olson died in my arms. I haven't heard his name in 50 years. I said, well, was he as good a man as he sounded like in his letter? He looked at me and said, man, you know, I mean, that's powerful stuff, right? That's the stuff I love the Army about. So why I love the Army? Well, look at the Army's a love affair. And the great thing about love is, you know, the difference between love and hate is love. You love the good stuff, but, you know, you still make exceptions for the bad stuff. The Army's not perfect, right? I mean, I know I'm perfect, but Katie's too much. I have some flaws. No, you accept flaws with love. I mean, that's the love is the important thing. We don't talk about the spiritual part of the Army, but I'm going to tell you a love story. Because she knows I've been cheating on her with the Army for 17, 18 years now, you know. And she's been a cruel mistress, but she's been a great mistress. She showed me all over the world. I've gone all the battlefields, walked all the battlefields in Europe, World War I and World War II. I walked the Great Wall of China. I went to the Summer Palace in Beijing. Where else we go? I went to Bobbed in the Dead Sea. Went to the River Jordan. Didn't go in there. I don't recommend it. You know, all that kind of stuff. And she showed me some bad stuff and some good stuff. But you know what? She was there at all the funerals and the memorial ceremonies. You know, she introduced me to my wife. She's there at the birth of my kid. She's gonna be tough. I knew she was gonna break up with me. I kind of knew that when I got to Big C. But just like with every other, you know, love affair, you know it's gonna happen. You know, you kind of know there's signs, you know, that things are gonna end, but you want to kind of hold on. But that's how I always think of the Army as a mistress. Now, she also saved my life, and I want to just talk a little bit about that experience. So I had nothing but unbelievable. Nothing but great things to say about Army medicine. Now, we've all put banged up soldiers on choppers and watched them fly away. But Ray Lewis, as a matter of fact, one of the great stories is when I got the sad face, we were actually downrange in Baghdad, and we were, remember that? We had like dysentery or so around, and I guess I got the crud, right? So halfway, it was like the worst day of my life. So I wanted to run, and I'm like, man, something's wrong. You know, I'm not, I'm gray, I'm sweating, I don't feel good. And I'm like, I really don't feel good now, so I kind of like get dysentery or something, so it's not worth for public stuff. But I'm like, Ray gets me to an aid station. And now he's pumping me full of IVs and all this kind of stuff. I think I'm dying. And then the doctor, God bless the doctors, have no thing. I'm curled up in my bed. He comes in and goes, hey, sir, we have to evacuate you because you have cancer. And I'm like, give me my pistol. If I didn't have my pistol, I would have shot him. But you know what? It was, now that I'm still alive, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's crazy, you know? So these guys evacuate me out, and but then I get a chance to see some amazing stuff from then on, right? And I learned more, and it took me a while to sink in. But we go to one of those C-17s, they got whole hospitals in these things, right? I mean, it's amazing that we've only lost, 7,000, 8,000 troops. I mean, these guys got doctors, everyone is horribly banged up guys, and the plane is actually going up and down because some guys need more or less pressure based off where they are. They get into land school, and the whole team comes in and takes them out and gets them to where they need to go. And then they send me to the Fisher House, and I'm getting hacked on in Bethesda, Maryland. And I'm in the Fisher House with a bunch of 21-year-old really banged up guys. And being the colonel, that's a tough place to be because you're a lieutenant colonel. Now these fathers, their fathers are 20-year-old kids with no arms and legs, and they're looking at you and they're saying, "Hey, Colonel, I used to play catch with that kid. What's the deal?" And I said, "Hey, sir, you should be damn proud of that kid. He's the 1%. Did more than most." Right? But the only thing what I really learned about that was that kid had spirit. You could tell, right? That was going to slow him down a little bit. It's hard on the old man, but this kid had spirit, fighting spirit. So people go, "Hester, you're a little over the top with this enthusiasm, spirit stuff," right? Okay, that's kind of my rep. I hate rock kickers and sour pussies. That's why. Because I'm like, you got nothing to feel sorry for yourself about. You got 10 fingers and 10 toes, right? There's people out there that are fighting, struggling, and it came back to me as gratitude, which comes back to the whole love thing. We got to be grateful for what we have. We should be grateful for the Army that we have. We should be grateful for all this stuff we have. It's not perfect, but it's grateful. And if I have to leave you with anything, it would be live your life in spirit and enthusiasm, because we're all going to get the sad faces. Right? It's going to happen. All right. And so look at, I'm kind of out of steam. All right. This has been a really great day. I'm going to call my mentor and tell him thanks. But I'm going to leave you with something. This is a story, of course, from Kipling, and I thought it was appropriate. Maybe it's one of those things, but it's a poem called The Roman Centurion Song. It's a story about the Roman centurion was basically a first sergeant company commander back in the Roman legions. And when the Roman legion was pulling out of Britain and going back to Rome back in 300 AD, there was a centurion who didn't want to leave with the he wanted to stay where he was there. So this is his conversation with his general, with the legate. So legate, I heard the news last night. The cohort ordered home from port to Buenos Aires and thence by road to Rome. I put the companies aboard. The arms are stowed below. Now let another take my sword. Command me not to go. No, gee, I didn't think the poem was going to get me. Jesus. I've served the Legion 30 years from Victus to the Wall. I have no other home than this, no other home at all. But the orders were received last night, but now the hour draws near that calls me to my native home. I feel that home is here. Here where men say my name was made, here where my work was done, here where my dearest are, my wife and son. Here where time, custom, grief, and toil, age, memory, service, love, have rooted me in the soil. How can I remove? The gate I come to you in tears, my cohort ordered home. I've served the Legion 30 years, what can I do in Rome? Here is my heart, my soul, my mind, the only life I know. I cannot leave it all behind. Command me not to go. Hey, thanks for coming here. Army's great. to see you down. Oh, God bless, and we'll see you on the high ground. Excellent.
Please remain standing for the playing of the Army song.
Oh.